6 a.m. So that's 15 minutes. 15 minutes after 6:21 and 6:21 a.m. Oh look, there's our Zendaya. He decided to join us. Yay, Zen! We didn't think you were coming. Our camera doesn't work very well anymore. Unless it's on that wide angle lens, it doesn't focus. Hello, gorgeous. So happy you decided to come. Yeah, we didn't think you were. Should we go and walk and embrace the sunrise and moonrise energies? Yeah, that'll be even more special and magical because you're here. Yeah, yeah. Gorgeous boy, come on then, let's walk. I love it when Zen joins us for a walk. It's rare, we don't often take our camera with us either. Look at that magical golden light. So there's the sun. So today, for us, is a very special day because it's the first of the double Virgo moon in Western tropical astrology. In Vedic Eastern astrology, it's a Leo new moon. It's at 0 degrees 22 minutes in Western tropical astrology, which we connect to the mind. There's a book called Western Mind, Eastern Body. And so we link the Vedic Eastern sidereal astrology, which is where the actual stars are in the sky, to the body, and the Western astrology to the mind. And so it's about 24 degrees behind, so it's around a 6 degree Leo new moon in Vedic astrology. Should we keep walking, Zen? Yeah? We keep walking. Let's walk up this way. Now we'll disturb the bird. And today, so it's the moon is when the sun and the moon are holding hands, are kissing each other, are next to each other. And so they don't often, well, you know, typically the moon is, but it's not so magical now, but typically the moon is up at night from a stigma point of view. It's like, the moon represents the night. But actually, if one follows the cycles of the moon, which we have been doing for a few years now as part of our Shintosai healing and reprogramming, then the moon changes the time it rises every day. And so sometimes it rises any time throughout the day and any time throughout the night. And then the length of time the moon is in the sky changes, just like the length of time the sun is in the sky. But the sun is more of a, there isn't such a wide spectrum of, not diversity, a wide diverse spectrum of difference. And so today at 6:21 exact a.m., because we've been following it for a few years, in our conscious, who we are at the moment, present awareness, collective energetic awareness, we haven't in like 3 to 5 years ever seen the moon and the sun rise at exactly the same time, or set, or there's the moon rise and the sunset, the sunrise and the moon set. And so for them both to be rising at exactly the same time at 6:21 a.m. this morning, for us is very potent and powerful, along with it being a Western Virgo new moon and a Leo Vedic new moon. And because it's this double moon, we were attempting to be more impeccable with our word. And so is that it's the black moon. Now, in astronomy, a black moon is like a dark moon. It's a new moon. It's just the word for a new moon. A dark moon can be, from astrology or spiritual context, a dark moon is the day before a black moon. Dark moon is the day before a new moon. But in the context we're speaking of it at the moment, a black moon in a monthly cycle, an astro monthly cycle is 2 Gregorian calendar months. So for instance, we're in August now, and it's a Virgo new moon at 7:06 a.m, so probably around just half an hour without checking our time again. And so therefore, we completely forgot, this is why it's we don't take our phone. We normally just don't have to worry about talking or communicating, and we completely forgot about Zendaya. There you are. We love you, Zen. You're amazing, aren't you? We just realised we forgot to look behind and check because we were too busy thinking and talking on here. Oh look, we've just noticed we've got comments as well. Dark Side, hi there. Hey, our day is starting wonderfully. This is the first time we've been out on a walk and we've got a bit of a limp because we stabbed our foot with a broken needle the other day. And we're not going to read too much of that because it'll distract us. We're going to go, oh, that was a cute little jump. We're going to go down this way. And so, anyway, going back to the black moon, if you're doing an astro month, which would be August Virgo to September Virgo, then it's the second of the double moon. So it'll be the Virgo new moon on September the 21st, which is the black moon. But that's if it's in a monthly cycle from the research that we've done. But if you end up doing a seasonal black moon cycle, it's different. And this is why communication and words and terminology can be tricky. Hence the importance of doing one's best to be impeccable with their word. And so on a seasonal cycle, a season is 3 months, there's 4 seasons in a year, then there normally, on average, is only 3 new moons a season, 1 for each month. But when you've got 2 in the same month, because the astro world is cyclic and it's not precise and perfect like man likes things and organised, then when you've got the 4 new moons in the season of 3 months, it's the 3rd new moon that is a black moon. And so from a seasonal cycle, this new moon in about half an hour is a black moon. So we've got the seasonal cycle black moon. We've got the fact that the moon and the sun are rising at exactly the same time. The moon and the sun are opposite energies, they're polarities, they're masculine and feminine, and there's a balance. And what was just going around our head that catalysed us wanting to do this live, so we've got this information for afterwards for ourselves, was that they're both rising during the day. And the day is the conscious, the aware, the awake. And so to have the moon, the feminine, the unconscious, rising during the day, which is the conscious, this is prime energetic time to bring the unconscious into conscious awareness through what we call our abstract, creative, Shintosai healing ways. Not having to always do things from a linear, logical, mental, worded construct. Which for us we can find can get overwhelming, get frustrating, because we can't always remember. and we have to constantly relearn stuff as our energies keep getting reset in alignment with the astro energetics. And that's another thing, the cosmic energetics is kind of intangible. It's not something we can really see. And with our dissociative identity disorder and our little uns, some of them like to be able to see stuff, and it has to be tangible for them to grasp it. And so to have the sun and moon rising at the same time today, that is a cosmic, tangible event of them masculine and feminine, holding hands and kissing. And so we were going to get back into bed after we got up and went to the toilet this morning. especially because our foot's hurting. But we were like, no, we actually came up and got out for a walk and was like, no, we want to see it, we want to see it. But we haven't seen the moon yet. It might be easier to see the moon later on today, because I think at sunset and moonset there's about 11-minute difference later on. It was last night that they were closer together, where there was only a 5-minute difference. But everything's a bit bright at the moment. And plus, we don't quite consciously understand all the angles yet. But they might not both rise up at the same place in the sky. So I don't know if that's called the inclination or whatever, but the angle and the position that they are in the sky doesn't mean they might not be in exactly the same position. So more like midday, you'll be able to see the different angular positions of the sun and the moon. But they are at exactly the same degree. Hold on, what time is it now? We have to look away from the sun a second so we can see. 6:47. So in just under 19 minutes, like that, 19 minutes, the number of the sun in the tarot card and the number of pride. We were going to say something else then. So yeah, at midday, we might be able to see more clearly the positionings in the sky. But in 19 minutes, like we just said, or maybe 18 now, they're exactly the same degree of 0 degrees, 22 minutes Virgo, Western. And we don't know the exact degree because we don't follow that one as structured or closely. But another thing we'll share now, as soon as we're here, is because we do our sun gazing, sunrise gazing, sunset gazing, and the rising is the start of the day, the setting is the end of the day, at least in the obvious. For us, the start of the day actually comes at sunset, because it's how we do our nighttime routine and wind down that will decide our quality of sleep. And then our quality of sleep is how much we've recharged the battery to how successful the next day is going to be. And things that have come to us over the years that we've finally been able to extract out of our head into a personal audio diaries is, and this is another abstraction Tosai healing, is that when we do our sun gazing, excuse us a sec, when we do our sun gazing, the light codes that we are receiving, because we are quite scientific and mathematical, even though that linear logical part of our brain shifted drastically after our seizures, so that, 3 became half of 8 instead of half of 6. We put into the abstract and the creative. When we do our sun gazing, the information that's coming in is the light code frequency information that holds that angular position in the sky. So what star constellation it's in, like for instance, the sun's in Virgo. It's a Leo Virgo cusp at the moment. So now we've been staring at it long enough, it's going a beautiful pinky colour and it just looks really cool. And so that it'd be interesting, it's hard to describe that light code information of angular information through light codes goes into the body. So how do we describe it? So it's Virgo, all the information to do with Virgo energies, the mathematical angular points to do with Virgo energies coming into the body, and that then helps our body structure on the postural alignment, aiming towards postural alignment, because when we have postural alignment, we'll gain health. And so therefore, to speak of it from a different point of view, and this is actually really amazing that we put on our Discord community yesterday with the audio diaries, was Virgo rules the abdomen and the intestines. But Virgo is also like details, it's the micro, so therefore it's the bacteria and it's the gut biome. So we're going to be really focused on our gut biome for this next month, between the 2 Western Virgo portals and the Eastern Leo Virgo portal. And this is where the Eastern and the Western meet on this second double moon on September the 21st. It's where the body and the mind meet. And so not only is there being the alignment and the integration and the harmonization of the masculine and the feminine, of the unconscious being brought into the conscious and synced, there's also the alignment of the body and the mind. Or as we like to describe it, we call the body, from one perspective, as the electrochemical energy, and the mind is the electromagnetic energy. And so when this Vedic, the Eastern, the body, the electrochemical energy, meets the mind, the electromagnetic energy, the Western astrology, on this second double Virgo moon, which aligns with the bacteria and the gut biome and the intestines, which is where one processes in the body, and we have a processing language disorder. And for us, the language, the patternology of the shape of the letters of the words, the patternology of the sound and the phonics of the word, is all information that is a sign, a representation of the patternology and the structural integrity of the body and the joints. And so we've been following the galactic Mayan calendar as well, and we're on the left elbow today, tone 9, which is our galactic signature, tone 9, and that is all to do with the body, but we're sidetracking again, so we'll bring ourselves back. So speaking of the light codes coming in from the sun at the moment, this is bringing the electrochemical and the electromagnetic energies of Leo and Virgo, Leo being the heart and the upper back, Virgo we just mentioned as the intestines, the abdomen, the gut biome, the bacteria, in both electrochemical and electromagnetic, body and mind, so that then if we focus on the health of these areas throughout this next month, the two double Virgo new moons in Vedic and Western, in body and mind, in electrochemical and electromagnetic energy, will come into a complete syncing and harmonization, which is something that we've been working on since our seizures almost 9 years ago in 2016, which enlightened us and made us aware that we had dissociative identity disorder. And for us, if dissociative identity disorder is multiple personalities, a complete fragmentation of the body and the soul and the mind and detachment to cope with the early childhood trauma, and especially if the early childhood trauma happened below 6, where a personality and identity is formed, then we did reverse engineering, where an emotion, which is the objective, the subjective is a feeling. If a prolonged feeling becomes a mood, and a prolonged mood becomes a character trait, and a prolonged character trait becomes a personality, then, and if all of this then relates to chemical reactions in the body and the processing in the gut biome, then we need to focus on the gut biome. And since our learnings with this, everything, absolutely everything, starts with the gut biome. The bacterial health of our gut biome precedes the hormones. That tells the hormones what to do, because a lot of people think the hormones is kind of where things start. And so yeah, we're going to stop there. It's kind of a bit of a rambling, and if you haven't heard any of this type of stuff before, it's going to sound really out there, but it's the first time that we're feeling a bit more concise in what we're saying and what we're describing, to how we're healing. And it's taken a long time. Zendaya, are you around? We're just going to sit down for a little bit and let our eyes calibrate, adjust. Maybe we can read some of your comments then as well once our vision comes back. Zen! Zendaya! Let's listen to the sounds for a while. Morning world, waking up, the sounds. Okay, what messages have we got? Are you having fun with the birds then? Learn about Ekadshi, Dwadshi, Ashtami. We do our yoga, but again, the theoretical mental learning, we do our own style of finding our answers within and intuitive learning, and we touch on other things. But that does sound interesting, especially in relation to the menstrual cycle. Thank you for sharing. Aren't you a very lovely person? J.I. Maffin. If we're rattling on and boring you, why don't you leave and go and spend your time elsewhere? Oh, would it be good for us to give people wonderful quality falling asleep time? We hope you don't reap what you sow in your opposite of kind words. Well, at least that type of comment doesn't trigger us as much as it used to. So that's a great progress on us becoming stronger in ourselves. And we've got loads of cobwebs in our face. Oh, we've just connected. We're not going to be able to see the moon with the sun when it rises because it's a new moon. And you can't see the moon when it's a new moon because it's in between the earth and the sun. It's not until it goes into its crescent stage. I love it. We're all catching up with each other. Should we go home then? I wonder why our camera doesn't work anymore. And it just blurs things. So we're growing in our connections and our awareness every day. So I don't know if we'll keep this. Hi, Team Plushes. I don't know if we'll keep this live going as we walk back, but maybe we will. Which way shall we walk back then? Eh? Will you come up down the side with us? Yeah? And we can hold the camera up to the sunrise and give some people some opportunity for virtual sun gazing in real time. Well, that's a long name. Hi, Saints Football Journey, age 6 and 4 months. Oh, we love those numbers though. 64, the star Merkaba, the masculine and the feminine energies, divine complex stability. 46 and its opposite and its pair, domestic harmony. Oh, thank you for joining us, Saints Football. The numerology there was awesome. Come on, beautiful boy. So where are people from then that are watching us? There's 4 of you. We love those numbers as well, 44. The number of environment. See, that's just frustrating looking at a blurred picture. So we'll continue to look at the abstract sunrise. Come on, darling. Actually, we're not going to walk that way because it's a bit longer. you going to come walk this way with us? Yeah? Okay, we will. Okay, we're actually going to end it there. Hope you enjoy embracing these magical, potent, seasonal black moon, sun and moon rising together, Western Virgo new moon, Eastern Leo new moon energies. And one thing we did actually forget to say on this second Western Virgo new moon on the September 21st next month, and which then aligns with the Vedic Virgo new moon, start and end of the Virgo energies. It's also a solar eclipse. So it's a solar eclipse, astro monthly cycle black moon. Hopefully we're going to get our live finished. Hey Zen, which we started on the Aries eclipse back in March 29th and stopped on Leo. So we found it so interesting that we learnt the other day that we started it on the Aries solar eclipse up to Leo. We've still got the cards pulled and waiting to be read. And then weren't sure when we were going to do it again, but I think we're going to do it on next month's Virgo solar eclipse. And but I don't know if we'll start on Virgo or end on Virgo. I think we could potentially start on Virgo and then pull fresh cards to end on Virgo as well. We'll have to see what happens in the moment. We love that you choose to come on a walk with us, Zendaya. Hey? No lead. That's why we're more of a cat person. They're more independent and they choose to stay with you rather than being needy. We love dogs as well, but dogs are more needy and dogs will put up with abusive owners, which we think's actually really kind of, we don't think it's cool. We have to be careful with our wording there. We think there's a beauty in that because if an owner is abusive, they've obviously suffered a lot of pain in their own life and they need unconditional love, and the dog can provide unconditional love for them, which we think's awesome because dog spelt backwards is God. And so there's like godly energies there. Not that we really like the conventional standard terminology and perspectives of God, but we do go with the unseen greater forces of energies at play of nature and the cosmos. That makes us laugh. How the energies we were in before were expecting to see a great sight of the sun and the moon rising together in the sky. And then to growing up and realising, duh, you can't see the new moon when it's there. Oh well. Right, we're gonna go. Wish you all a magical day. Bye. Morning. Morning. Where have you gone, Zen? Hi, Academy Kid 25. I'm a massive fan of Zendaya. Isn't he amazing? He's our special boy, our sanctuary. He just got a bit... Where do you go, Zen? Hey? There you are. Someone coming. Hey, you get a bit shy, don't you? Yeah, you get a bit shy. You're getting braver though, aren't you? Hey, you're getting braver. Curiosity killed the cat. No, no, no. You're going to be staying very much alive. You're 8 in November, aren't you, Zen? Is it 8 or 9 you are in November? No, it's 8. So we got you a year after moving in, didn't we? Hey? Which way do you want to go? Should we go up by the road, which you're going to say no at the moment, aren't you, because of the van starting? Or do you want to go up the path? You don't want to choose? You just want to wait for the noise to go away. There you go. Noise is gone. Which way should we walk home? Hey? Which way should we walk home? You choose. Yeah? You choose the way. Which way do you want to go? Should we go the way that's less noisy? No cars. It's getting a bit later now, isn't it? Yeah? We go this way. Yeah. Oh. Safe behind closed doors, Zendaya. Safe behind closed doors. One last look at that sun, that beautiful sun. Have a gorgeous day. Bye.